To celebrate Valentine's Day, we wanted to share our love story with you. Hey, I'm Nehemiah.
And I'm Brooke.
And this is That Rogers Family. Our goal is to inspire, encourage, and empower you to do family on purpose. Oops, you still have to change, Faith. Boom, much better. Hey, Faith, do you know what this video is about? She has no idea.
Not a clue.
Well, we are going to tell our family here, including you and our daughter, what our love story is and where it began. Have you ever heard that before? No?
Do you know where Mommy and Daddy met? Do you know how old we were when we got married? Do you know how long we dated?
No.
Do you know how Daddy proposed?
No.
She doesn't know anything.
Well, now's a good time, and it's like their first reaction to it, huh? Cool. Well, these two little ones are sick, and they've got a 100-degree fever. It's been really sad today. Oh, these two little ones are sick, so be patient.
We'll hang in there if you can. So let's start with how we met. Start from the very beginning. We met at Vanguard University in Southern California. We were in Vanguard Singers and Band, which is a touring music group. Nehemiah played violin and I sang. And this handsome young fellow comes up to me during retreat and sticks his hand out to me and he says, "Hi, I'm Nehemiah. I don't think we've met yet." And he shakes my hand all professionally. Which is pretty funny because I don't think I can remember how I met anyone else in the group. And I do remember how I met Nehemiah because he just walked straight up to me like that. I thought it was so funny and bold, but I had a boyfriend.
Oh, man. Nice. So while she was dating someone else, we were in the group that year, and it culminated with a trip to China. 21 days. We got to do concerts all over China. What a blessing it was. And that's where I got to see and know her as a friend.
Into the next year, now I'm single, and we ended up in speech class together.
Speech class. So in speech class, we sat next to each other every day with Brooke Alexander, ironically. Like, didn't even cross my mind that I could date a senior because I'm just young and dumb and didn't even think. But then I looked over and I was like, wow, this could work. So like that time we were just friends, you know, and I was doing my thing, being single, and she was being single, and we were now single together.
So our first date, that's a good story too.
Yeah.
So our first date, we lived down in Southern California. We both had Disneyland passes.
Yes.
I think you already know this about us. We love Disneyland.
We like Disneyland.
So our first date was going to be Disneyland. Well, I love Disneyland so much that when I was invited earlier in the day to go to Disneyland, I said yes. So I went to Disneyland with my friends.
I didn't know that.
Then we... You didn't know?
I don't remember. I didn't remember at least. Oh man, she went to Disneyland without me. Nice.
So I went to Disneyland with my friends. Came back very late because we got stuck in traffic.
Yes.
And then I didn't know that Nehemiah had to work that night.
Oh.
So he's like, "I can't go to Disneyland with you anymore. You stood me up." And not only did I stand him up, but I went on the date with somebody else.
Wow.
My next question for you is, when did you know? I actually don't know the answer to this question. Did you ever know?
So my list is pretty harsh. My dad actually helped me with this. He goes, well, if you're not going to marry them, why date them? Like, why make them think that you're going to marry them? So to me, I saw all the qualities in Brooke that I wanted in my wife, and that is why I asked her to be my girlfriend.
So you're telling me that you knew I was going to be your wife, or I could be your wife, when you asked me to be your girlfriend?
Definitely.
So I was actually really close friends with Nehemiah's cousin, Gabby. Gabby invited me to her house for the holidays, in which I went to her family gatherings, which was also his family gatherings. So I was at this Wyman family Christmas, which is a huge extended family they have. And like, they're like loud and they have a lot of fun and they play a lot of games, like super extroverted family. And I was there with Gabby. But Nehemiah and I had gone on a few dates. We weren't boyfriend and girlfriend yet, but we had gone on dates.
No.
And there I was, seeing Nehemiah in his family element, And I was like, oh my gosh, I love this guy. I don't just love, I'm in love with this person.
Oh.
And then in my head, I'm like, what kind of crazy person is in love with somebody before they're even boyfriend and girlfriend?
Yeah.
So that was when I actually knew. And so I wrote it down. I have the journal entry. And from there, we became boyfriend and girlfriend. We dated for 10 months. And then we spent the whole summer during those 10 months apart.
Yeah.
We were super busy during those 10 months of dating.
She went to Fiji.
I went to Fiji.
And I went on Delivery Boys, a sketch comedy group that represents Vanguard, to summer camps.
Yeah, so he was basically an ambassador for our school, traipsing around North America. I flew to New York with my choir, and we did a 2-week tour there. Then I flew to LAX and jumped from LAX to Fiji without going home.
Wow.
Yeah. And so all this time we're dating. I mean, whatever. So Nehemiah, during my time in Fiji, wrote me love letters for every day that I was in Fiji. So this is a random choice. I don't even know what this is gonna be about. But he wrote little things, love is not proud. Brooke Rogers. Oh, but my name was Brooke Rankin.
Yes. Oh, wait a second.
Wow. I am having a blast. I hope you are enjoying these letters and you don't mind me changing your name for this. And I miss you and I love you, Nehemiah Rogers.
That's X-rated right there.
So Nehemiah had a list and I also had a list. And not only did I have a list, but I made sure that he lined up. I titled my journal entry, The Test.
The test.
I know some of my items are silly, but some are very serious and some I'm not willing to overlook. Here goes everything. So dramatic. Has a desire to travel, ding ding ding. Plays with my hair. Good with kids. Will go to Fiji, wear a Sulu, and love it. You guys, he did this on our honeymoon. That's hilarious. Challenges me to be better every single day. Will take me camping. Yes. Tells me that he loves me every day. The first rose a man ever gave to me came from Nehemiah Rogers. The rose. Valentine's Day 2009.
Wow, really?
Yep.
10 years later? Are you serious? Wow.
Isn't that crazy? I'm pretty sure it came from you. I'm joking. It did. It did. It really did. Okay, so now we're getting engaged. How did you propose?
Okay, so the proposal went down at a beach, of course, because we lived in Costa Mesa. And I had my buddies. One videoed, one took photography, one plays saxophone, and the other is a coordinator. So thank you, all of you. If I hadn't said it enough, thank you so much. Yeah, no idea where it went. M2T or something like that. Found it, watched it, immediately cried. Both of us, she had just walked in as soon as I found it.
I wasn't even looking. I was actually playing with the dog.
Yeah.
I had my eyes on the dog and I was just like, oh, Chasey. And then I heard the saxophone music. And I was like, are you serious?
Wow, like we both
Just tears.
Oh man.
It was cool to find this treasure that we thought was lost on an old computer that doesn't. Somebody bought it at a yard sale for $2.
Yeah.
We thought it was lost on that computer, and there he found it.
The craziest thing, we wrote it in the sand. As soon as we started, another couple ran out on the sand and started dancing. She goes, who are they? I'm like, I don't know. And we just kept dancing.
So we dated for 10 months, we were engaged for 10 months, and then we got married.
That was it.
We got married in Bakersfield, my hometown, in my home church, where my parents got married, and Nehemiah's dad was the officiant.
Nehemiah, you may salute your bride.
We're gonna take the world by storm, Nehemiah and Brooke Rogers! Let's hear it!
We cried so much.
Yeah.
Like so much crying and then so much jumping. Like I jumped a lot.
You did, you were
I was just
very
like
jumpy.
all the time, like just so giddy and like bubbly, and then I'd be crying next second, and then I'd be jumping, and then I'd be crying.
It was such a beautiful time.
Only like 2 people in the world have ever asked us for marriage advice, but I'm gonna give it to you anyway.
There you go.
The thing I would want to say to you right now is selflessness. Dying to self every day, all day. That is the only way. I mean, the context of marriage doesn't make any sense in our world outside of Christ, really. And dying to yourself. And that verse that women cringe at hearing sometimes, wives, submit to your husbands, but it also says, husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church. How
That's
did
right.
Christ love the church? Until death. Christ laid his life down until death. And if a man is loving me so selflessly until death, how can I not submit and have this beautiful relationship? So here we are. It's not perfect, but I think it's pretty beautiful.
It is.
I love you.
I love you too. And this was a treasure that we wanted to give each other because remembering the moments and remembering what we have and what we're working towards every single day is sometimes very, very difficult. So remembering your story and remembering when you fell in love and talking about that time where I got on a knee and gave her that ring. Remembering the past is a good motivator to having a healthy future. So focus on each other's love, what that looks like, but it really all comes down to sacrifice daily.
So thank you guys so much for bringing yourselves into our love story. We will see you next week.
Why is that hair in my face?
For me is shocking because I did not take dating. Wow. Did you just throw your sandwich?
You definitely did.
I turtled. Oh my lord, your face, boy.
Mama!
That's what it looks like. It's a beautiful thing.